Ralph.
How you traveling and when are you leaving? You on a private jet? Or you on Spirit? You had a Spirit ticket?
Private jet.
Yeah, you had a Spirit ticket and that you turned in to Southwest or somewhere?
No, we'll be traveling, not on Spirit, but yeah, we'll be traveling, and next week I'll be going out of town, and the first leg will be in Philly. I have a granddaughter that's graduating from high school. Shout out to Kimura, and real proud of her and excited. She'll be at
what part of Philly? North Philly or South Philly, or are you going to one of the bougie neighborhoods?
She is
which one? I mean,
Germantown?
Yeah, Germantown.
Drexel University. Drexel University. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the service will be there, and so we're excited. And then we're gonna go to.
They've got a great Nigerian segment in Philadelphia. They've got a great. They would love to see you. In fact, you may not come back.
Where?
In Philadelphia. I'm serious. On the real side, they've got a great Nigerian community. Yes.
Okay.
Businesses and a little bit of businesses and everything. Restaurants, businesses, the whole deal. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out. But so a lot of that, and then
then where do you go next?
Then we're gonna go to suburbs outside of Philly. Next we go to Atlantic. We're gonna go to Atlantic City. We're gonna go to a concert there on the boardwalk. They have October London, and they're making their tour across the country. But we're gonna see them in. Heck, no, it ain't no Trump Plaza.
I said, are you staying in Trump Plaza? You staying in Trump Plaza?
No, we're not staying on Trump Plaza.
It's always been on the up and up. I remember an individual won some money there, so he said, they're gonna ask for a whole bunch of ID and stuff, blah blah blah, and this and that. They didn't ask for nothing, and I said it's some other stuff going on there. They didn't ask for anything. Yeah.
I believe, and I don't want to talk about Atlantic City bad. My apologies, folks, but it kind of reminds me of a bootleg Vegas, or
it is.
I don't know.
Well,
something like
a lot
that.
of people who come over. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it is. But it's a getaway. It's a getaway place sometimes from the people from
Philly and New York.
Philly come over.
Yeah, from
and
Philly
they
and
got
New York.
these excursion
Yeah.
buses. They got these excursion buses that go down there. And Cherry Hill is just that's the other part. Cherry Hill is a nice place in New Jersey.
Yeah, Cherry Hill. That's where Ali stayed there one time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he stayed in Cherry
But
Hill.
we're gonna stay at a boutique hotel, Ralph, on the beach, because that was part of why I wanted to kind of get the beach. Yeah, it's a boutique type hotel.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna stay there, and then we're gonna be in Pennsylvania, another part of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you going to the boutique hotel.
I said, watch the cameras.
Be careful of the guy at the door with the raincoat on, with a pocket full of watches inside there.
He looks like Barney Fife. He looks like Barney Fife for me.
Atlantic City.
You may want to change hotels quick.
Boy, that used to be. That was about an hour and a half from New York City.
Yeah.
About an hour. Well, that was an excursion.
Yeah, right close to Philadelphia.
Stay away from the slot machines, because you're not going to be able to get a seat there. You're not going to be able to get a seat there anyway.
Ever see Michael Harris? Ask him about Philadelphia. He got. We went there for the Holyfield Foreman fight. And what happened?
I talked to him.
Yeah, they ran out of rooms. They sold out. Everything was sold out. Yeah, at Trump Plaza, all the hotels, the other hotels, you couldn't find a room nowhere
over there.
So we had the room. Michael and I had the room with Buffalo Gill from Houston.
Yeah, Buffalo. Okay.
And Bill Ford, Bill Ford, and Lloyd Wells.
Yeah.
Lloyd Wells, who grew up without a door on the toilet.
Oh, no.
Well, you never know where these stories head with Ralph. You know that.
Hey man, it was so when I saw the room, you know, we couldn't get a room. I tried all kind of ways to get a room. Michael did too. We couldn't find everything was sold out. So I realized we wanted to, 5 of us going to be in this room. I got in the corner where I could see the door and everything on the floor with a pillow and a blanket. I told my lady to bring an extra blanket, but that was for the George Foreman Holyfield fight. George Foreman Holyfield, which was sold out. Yeah, which was sold out that particular night.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a huge event. And back here in Houston, you know, you had Bill Cosby on the TSU campus that night. They did a Bill Cosby live with the fight. Okay. Oh, they sold out too. Oh, they sold out also. Yeah, it was big. They made a lot of money.
Cool.
Yeah. So
that's cool. Yeah, but yeah, we are.
You traveling by train or bus or what? You going by bus?
No, we flying down and we rented a car. No, I can't do a bus, Ralph. I'm sorry, not now. Anyway, not anymore.
Yeah,
but we're gonna go to D.C. So I might see Trump or some Trump people. So we're gonna go to D.C.
Yes.
And then we're gonna leave there and go to Baltimore and then get on a plane and go to Chicago. So we're going to go to Chicago.
You can get you some good seafood in Baltimore as well.
Don't mention Mr. Baseball's name up there now.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Why?
We'll mention it if you come back and tell us the story. James Montgomery, Mr. Baseball.
Tell us what happened.
When you get to Chicago, just say you're a friend of his.
All right. That's going to do it.
Okay.
Nice week.
Have a great trip.
Nice week's work. Let's give our love to Sherman Smith as well, and to Herman and Jackie Haley, and to Fred Scott and his wife, and to our guy, America's favorite bachelor, Jerry Milligan, and of course to Michael Harris and Yvonne. And their daughter as well. So just Jaron Walls.
What y'all gonna be doing here in town? What y'all going to be doing here in town?
Celebrating the Astros. Astros won 9 of their last 13 games. That's what we're talking about. Astros won 9 of their last 13 games. That's big.
Okay. So I need to take my hat with me when I travel, huh? I need to take my Astros hat with me. Okay.
I'm going to get the sleep from yesterday. I'm going to get
That's easy for him to say that, but he's not going to do that. He's not going to do it. He's not going.
You better go home and get some rest.
I want to say hello to wish the best of luck to Joshua Brown. Also, Joshua Brown is a freshman from New Orleans over at Texas Southern, and he runs the 100. And he's trying to make the U.S. Olympic team and win in the NCAA. So he's doing all that this weekend.
Yeah, much love to you, Joshua. Much love. Brown. Yeah, let me say hello to Sheila Smith, Sheila and Sandra Smith. Sheila's from Chicago. She's here with us, and she also is a writer. And if we can, she's going to be on the. She's going to be on the show.
I hope these people didn't come here like these people from New Orleans who never wanted to leave. Some of them never left. We've been stuck with them for years. Bill White was the man. Remember that? Put them in the Astrodome. They didn't want. You know, you made a plea. Why don't y'all go back home now? Why don't y'all just go on back home?
No,
they've been here since. They've been here since.
Yeah, that horse was out of the barn. You couldn't put the toothpaste back in that tube. All right. All right, Lydia. Love to you. All right. Ralph Cooper, ladies and gentlemen, up next.
Ralph Cooper has covered the legends of HBCUs since 1969. Coaches Eddie Robinson, Jake Gaither, Marino Cassim, John Merritt, Billy Nix, Alex Dorley, Clifford Paul, Dr. Rod Page. No broadcaster has covered HBCUs longer than Ralph Cooper, Houston's legendary sportscaster, on 1230 The Source.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hi, I'm JJ Walls with Sunnyside Dental, and yes, it's now been over 30 years that we've been providing quality dental care for our patients in the Houston area. It's now come to my attention that many of you that want to come to Sunnyside Dental have Medicare plans that we don't accept. hold up. That has got to change. Sunnyside Dental is now accepting most Medicare dental plans. WellCare, Liberty, United Healthcare, Cigna, Kelsey Care Advantage, Amerigroup, Aetna, and many more. We're getting on board. Call Sunnyside Dental at 713-738-1999. If you have Medicare and would like to receive the personal touch provided by Sunnyside Dental, call us at 713-738-1999. We look forward to helping you achieve the smile that you can't wait to share with the world.
Got Medicare dental benefits? Call Sunnyside Dental 713-738-1999.
In life's most difficult moments, comfort matters. At Lord Edward Memorial, we believe every life is a blessing worth honoring with dignity and care. With a combined 60 years of experience, our compassionate staff walks beside your family with faith, respect, and understanding. Lord Edward Memorial, serving families with grace, compassion, and heartfelt care. Visit us at 6677 Rookin Street, Houston 77074, or give us a phone call at 346-446-6675.
And now, a message from the Future Frequency.
Young voters, Gen Z, and millennials. If you're ready to make your voice count, here's how you make it happen. First, register to vote. It only takes a few minutes. Just look up your local election office and follow the steps for your area. Next, verify your information. Confirm your name, your address, and your polling location so nothing slows you down. And don't wait for election day. Vote early. Pick your day, pick your time, and skip the lines. Make your plan to vote early and vote to be heard. The future is live right now, and you're the frequency.
This message is powered by Diversity of Thought and proudly sponsored by 1230 KCOH, The Source.
Saturdays, we're taking you back with Carrie Lewis on Inside Tracks. Soulful, funky, rhythm and blues, disco, doo-wop, rock and roll, new jack swing, and everything in between. Inside Tracks has all the classics for you and even those forgotten gems too. So join Carrie Lewis on Inside Tracks every Saturday afternoon beginning at 2 p.m. only on KCOH 1230 The Source.
Forest Industries Irrigation is now Aquamatic Irrigation, and Michael Von Williams is still your point of contact. Michael has over 27 years experience in the irrigation industry and is licensed and insured, but he now has additional support. So if you have a lawn sprinkler system that is no longer operating properly or you're tired of lugging water hoses around, call Aquamatic Irrigation at 346-476-9065. If you don't have a lawn sprinkler system, give Aquamatic Irrigation a call to have your automatic lawn sprinkler system installed. Enjoy your lawn and improve your property value. In order to keep your lawn and landscaping in excellent condition, Aquamatic Irrigation also offers routine maintenance programs to check the system for leaks, proper controller settings, and sprinkler head alignment. Call Aquamatic Irrigation, your sprinkler company, 346-476-9065, or visit our website at www.aquamaticirrigation.net.
Everybody's talking about the high price of eggs. I don't know much about eggs, but I tell you this. If you want great chicken at a great price, how about Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside? Let's hear what his customers are saying. Michelle writes, Chicken Plus has some of the best fried chicken and best fried okra in the city. We stay about 45 minutes away, but the drive is definitely worth it. E. Max says, the chicken is seasoned so well and every bite has a special crunch. It's my go-to chicken spot when I want homemade fried chicken that's always good. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. Great fried chicken, okra, rice and gravy, desserts. You're going to find it all at Chicken Plus, 6210 North Wayside. You don't have time to make the drive? Hey, no problem. You can order Chicken Plus on DoorDash and Uber Eats. You better do what you got to do to get your hands on some of that great fried chicken, the best fried chicken in the city. Great chicken at great prices. That's Chicken Plus. See you there.
And we want to say good afternoon. And I'm going to do one more little thing before we get cranked up. 713-668-1230 is the number here. And we'll do one little thing. This happens tomorrow. And we want to make sure you Don't miss it.
Saturday, we're taking you back with Carrie Lewis on Inside Tracks. Soulful, funky, rhythm and blues, disco, doo-wop, rock and roll, new jack swing, and everything in between. Inside Tracks has all the classics for you, and even those forgotten gems too. So join Carrie Lewis on Inside Tracks every Saturday afternoon, beginning at 2 p.m., only on KCOH 1230 The Source.
Tomorrow at 2 p.m., you can catch Carrie Lewis. Right now, we run with an open line. The Astros are back in the city. The Astros are in a situation a lot of people don't want to be in. But then again, you take advantage of your opportunities, and you try to look at everything you can in a positive way. So the Astros are in a position. The Astros are in a place where they're 2.5 games out of first place, but they have a losing record. But the teams in their division are not doing too much better than the Astros. So 2.5 games out of first place. They've won 9 of their last 13 games. And they come back home. Ready to try to make some noise, and maybe when they leave town, guess what? They could be in first place. They can be in first place when they leave the city. So the Astros are back in the city. We've got a number of things. I mentioned Joshua Brown of Texas Southern University. He's outstanding in track and field, and he's competing for a championship. He's in the quarterfinals in the 100 meters of the NCAA track and field efforts that are going on right now. All of these kids, all of these young people are trying to make it to Eugene, Oregon for the NCAA finals in track and field. And there are a number of others also, but I wanted to mention him first. Also, Texas Tech is in the news. Texas Tech, their football team, is trying to get a game with the University of Texas at the start of the season. And Texas Tech already, at this point, has a couple of games on their schedule early, but they can buy those games out and put Texas on the schedule. And I know the University of Texas football program is not afraid of Texas Tech, so maybe that'll happen. Maybe Texas will accept the invitation of Texas Tech to play early against each other this season. And at this particular stage, you have to wonder who would win the game. But Texas would be the favorite, if I'm correct. Texas should be the favorite to beat the University of Texas in any in a football game this season. So we'll be following that story. The San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder will meet in the championship for the Western Conference in game number 7. Who do you like? Who do you like? Do you like Oklahoma City, or do you like San Antonio at this point? And people change their minds as they go through series and they watch games, they change their minds. So 713-668-1230 is the number. 713-668-1230 is the number if you would like to call in. And the lines are open. And we thank all of you who are listening on 1230 KCOH, The Source on the YouTube, 1230 KCOH on the Source, 1230 KCOH, The Source on the YouTube. I thank all of you who are watching also on Facebook Live. I thank all of you who are listening on KCOH The Source and the Simple Radio app, whichever way you're listening. I thank all of you. A couple of other things. Boxing here in Houston tomorrow night. Live boxing in Houston Saturday at the Fatia Center. Live boxing at the Fatia Center tomorrow night. and a Houstonian is on the card. A Houstonian is in the main event tomorrow night, and we want to wish him the best of luck. We've got Raymond Ford on the card, and we got Icewater. Icewater Foster, that's what they call him. That's his nickname. Icewater Foster, or O'Shea Foster. He's on the card. This is a super featherweight fight, championship fight, downtown. And see if I get anything else on this right quick. Downtown tomorrow night here in Houston. And if you want more information, maybe you can try this. Try 713-775-8151. 713-775-8151. Live professional boxing, WBC Super Featherweight Championship at the Fatia Center tomorrow. Doors open at 4 o'clock. And what do we know about Mr. Foster? Let me see if I can find out. Let's see if we can just get a little bit. He's a Houstonian. And of course, I'm pulling for him. He's from Houston. It's hard to get me to go against anyone who's from Houston. And Icewater Foster. Icewater's won 24 fights, lost 3, 12 knockouts. He's the hometown favorite, and he's the WBC champion. He has a great IQ, and he has a great IQ, period, and even a greater one even in boxing. He's slick. He's a southpaw. He's evasive. And he picked up that championship in 2024. And he's fighting Raymond Savage Ford, 18-1, 8 knockouts. He's a former 126-pound champion, but he's moving up in weight. This guy Ford is known to be relentless, likes to apply pressure, and he has a high punch output. And he's aiming to become a 2-division champion. And once again, this takes place down at the Fatia Center tomorrow night here in Houston. And for more information, what's that number again? For more information, try 713-775-8151. 713-775-8151 for more information. I understand they've got reasonable tickets. Caller, you're on. Hello?
Ralph Cooper.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Nothing. I mean, if y'all don't have anything on your mind, nothing. I'm like Trump.
Man, look.
Nothing on my mind. Whatever. I lost you for a minute. Come back. What's that? No, come back. Repeat what you said.
I saw all these gates around here over at NRG, man. I'm starting to feel claustrophobic, all these fences around here.
Well, they're getting ready for the soccer. I mean, you got soccer coming in.
I know, man.
And they want to be safe. I said they want to be safe.
Yep. Yep. Hey, Ralph. You know, I've been arguing with people a lot about this, man, and maybe you get my insight on this, man. You know, although I graduated, I'm a U of H grad, but TSU is close to my heart because I hung out there on Wednesdays and Fridays and stuff. Hey, Ralph, on this football stadium, I think TSU should put on campus. You know, I think they could put a football stadium on this campus, but a lot of people argue with me on you know, well, no, they have enough space, but you know, I think they do have enough space to even put at least a 10 to 15,000 seat stadium on that campus where the Durley Field is, and they can do it when they can move that track and make a track field for TSU relays in that big parking lot they got in between the CUNY Homes and Yates High School, that big old parking lot over there, and they could do the track thing over there because, you know, you remember Ralph back in the day, Rice Stadium. I think they didn't have a track on the field in Rice Stadium.
Right.
Okay, they never did. Okay.
But back in the day, you had Jefferson Stadium where the U of H played, and the Oilers, and Texas Southern. and you had a track around the stadium. I mean, around the field at Jefferson Stadium back in the day. But I think you can put all of that together. See, with all of the great people that have come through Texas Southern, engineers, lawyers, architects, whatever, all these great people have come through Texas Southern. I think if you got them together and let them come up with a plan or however they wanted to do, you can build a stadium on the campus with a track, all in one.
Yeah.
And make it's yours, and you don't have to get bumped around like they're doing now in regards to Shell Stadium, which wouldn't exist without Texas Southern.
Yeah. Because man, I just hate to see TSU, man, got a result of playing at plenty high school stadiums and stuff like that, and even that soccer stadium, man, at a day game, Ralph. Man, I'm telling you, man, even a night game where it's humid, man, that soccer field, I don't know how those people can watch soccer there, man, because that place is concrete and it's no air that flows through those things, man. And man, it is a hot box there. And I really wish, that TSU could do that so they can compete with Prairie View as far as recruiting in football, because I feel bad for Coach Dishman, man, because it's hard to recruit, man, get athletes there to play football when you can't even present the young college athletes a stadium to say, look, this is where you're going to play it. Look at this. They don't have that, man. So I feel bad for that, man, but it's hard to recruit that. Versus Coach for Prairie View, and you see how Prairie View's advancing, they got a nice football stadium. And you can see the difference.
What Texas Southern needs now is something that most people are afraid to talk about. They need to start with a board of regents that has a majority of Texas Southern graduates on that products on the board of regents. They don't. If you go to the University of Texas, Texas A&M, and look at the makeup of the board of regents, then you go back and look at the board of regents over at Texas Southern, the makeup, and where the board of regent members are from. Are they products of the schools? Are they a product of the school that they now represent? The majority of Texas Southern is not that way. The majority, I'm told, of Texas and Texas A&M is that way.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, because they paid money in the school as students, and they got a personal tie with the school because that's their alma mater.
Well, but you have TSU people all over. You can get I think you got 9 members of the board of regents of Texas Southern, whatever it is, 7 or 9. But you can find 4. You can find 4 or 5 TSU graduates and put them on the board of regents. And you have a totally different. In my opinion, you have a totally different outlook on what happens at Texas Southern. If not, they need to shut it down or make it. Texas Southern is out there running solo right now. If that doesn't work, make them part of the A&M system or make them part of the U of H or Texas system. But at first, try it with their graduates as board of regent members.
Ralph, I mentioned that on Facebook about that Prairie View really contributed financially from being in Texas A&M system, man, and no black folks that went to Prairie View jumped on me so bad on Facebook, Ralph. I had to delete the post, man, because they were personally angry because I mentioned something like that. But man, I mean, when you look at the campus of Prairie View, and like I visited a whole lot of HBCU campuses when my son, when I was going to take him on the college tour, when he got, man, look, man, Morehouse raggedy, Howard raggedy, all the prestigious black schools, man, were raggedy. But man, Prairie View probably one of the best looking HBCU campuses that I've seen.
Right.
I
agree. I say I agree.
And yeah, but man, that black folks jumped all on me about me saying that, where's a good thing that finally some state money from the A&M system is getting to Prairie View. You can see the proof. Oh man, they jumped on me about that. But you know, TSU has to either get in some system, or these black alumni people need to put their foot down and say we need to keep these outsiders out of TSU and let it go. But I don't sometimes seem like the old guard at TSU don't want to give it up.
Well,
that's running TSU.
Well, you don't have the old guard over there now. What guard? You have a military.
Oh, were the allegations really true about Granger as the AD? You know,
in my opinion, Kevin Granger should have never been removed as athletic director until that case was solved. There were no crimes. There was no criminal charges. Of course, you got a civil lawsuit, and there may be moral clauses in there. But looking from the outside, they would have been better off keeping him.
Yeah, Brad, because I'm going to tell you something. TSU is notorious for accusing people of stealing and stuff like that. Because look, my fraternity brother, Austin Lane. Austin Lane was putting TSU on the map as far as things that was going on. And then he had something in the works with him trying to build a stadium there, and he was the one that had that the maroon and gray gala, man. They made $1 million one year. Then all of a sudden, they accused him of stealing. Well, let me tell you this. If this man was stealing, why in the world did a white university turn around and made in Southern Illinois and made him president over there, man, and he's doing excellent work over there in Southern Illinois. That's why they got to get them stuff together, man, and stop lying on people and find people because somebody don't like them because they're trying to do change. But, Rap, that's just me. That's just me. And, because, I was born I was born across this track from 3413 Rosewood where HP, where the TSU stadium is now. So, I know all that stuff about TSU. I just didn't go there. Okay. So, but I let somebody else talk and discuss their Rap. But, I just wanted to put that little piece in there.
Okay, well, see, you all have a way. I asked another question when I started. Who do you like out of San Antonio and Oklahoma City, Game 7?
You know what, Rap? I like San Antonio, and you know what? The more I watch OKC, I don't like OKC. You know why? And you know what? And I don't like this the guy who won MVP, man, because what they play is cheap basketball, man. They flop. They flop all over the place, man, and it's just cheap basketball to me, Ralph. You shooting and you jump straight up in the air, man. You fall on the ground to get the refs a call, man. It's just like Jay Will said on ESPN Get Up this morning. He said every shot that OKC shoot is a negotiation, with the refs because they shoot and just fall, man. And that's why I didn't like. I never liked James Harden when he was here. I don't like James Harden as a basketball player because, he flops and get all this going from free throw lines with the help of the refs. Ralph, we grew up with real basketball when a guy got his teeth knocked out in the playoffs if he ran through the middle and he got back up and kept on playing. But, man, these guys now, man, all this flopping around, man, that's cheap basketball. And they still go to the bucket. They ain't looking for a foul the whole time. And I'll tell you one thing, if OKC gets in there, if the refs let them play East Coast basketball, the Knicks be the championship.
Okay, well,
what I think. But I want San Antonio to win.
Okay, well, thank you. I got you. All depends on the officiating. I got you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Okay, let's try another one. And caller, you're on.
We're in Florida, Ralph. Welcome back on the radio, man.
Well, sometimes God works in strange ways. God knew Paris needs a day off.
Okay.
So, God, but Paris is still hard-headed when it comes to God.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He said he was going to be going home, right? Time he got off, right? Guess what?
Yeah.
Still here.
Dedicated to the cause. I like Paris. Hey, I'm going to piggyback on the last call around.
Yeah, about what? What you piggybacking on? What is
about the basketball players of this era. I think last week you were comparing or talked to a few calls about the players now playing the league back in the day. No. If you were to take, let's say, SGA, LeBron James, and Steph Curry, and let's say Harden, and they had to play with the rules back in those days. It was as physical as it was. You couldn't travel, you can't carry the ball,
right?
You can't block,
and you're gonna get hit. And you're gonna
they couldn't do
hit.
it.
Yeah,
they can't do it. But if you brought the players from that era and they can carry the ball, they can travel, and they can get petty calls, they'll dominate. Because it's tough. It's like, if I can make an analogy, it's like taking a car, let's say a 2026 Mercedes, and taking it back to 1975. It gets in a car wreck. Those other cars can go through that car like it's paper. But you bring a car from 1975 to now, go through these cars like they're paper. Things were just harder back then, Ralph. I mean, my opinion.
Right.
My opinion.
And see, the two players when I watch basketball now, there are two players really, there are more, but there are two especially from the past that I think of all the time if they could have played with the rules that they have today. One is Earl Monroe. See, most people don't know what Earl Monroe was when it came to playing basketball. He refined his game because he was on the New York Knicks and he had to play with great players, and he couldn't do all that flashy stuff in regards to the basketball. But if Earl Monroe could come back and carry a basketball and had an extra step, he would be illegal. Now the other one would be even more illegal. Pistol Pete Maravich.
Oh my goodness!
With a basketball and being able to carry a ball and to being able to get an extra step. Those two would be illegal.
Oh, that man was bad. I ain't no racist person, but I have to say that was a bad white boy back there.
Oh yeah.
I see this YouTube, man, like, dang.
Yeah.
He had rhythm. I give him that. He can move that ball.
Yeah.
But also too, I want to call Tuesday. Well, no, today's Friday. Wednesday. You guys were talking about voter turnout. Ralph, it's hard for me to believe. And I know I don't live in Houston. You live in Houston. Well, like I said, my love for my people and people of the world don't stop at Nelson County.
Right. The way things
Florida.
are. And the way things are now, people can listen to people everywhere, anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah. But Ralph, it's hard for me to believe that 1 out of 10 people only voted. Ralph, something just ain't right with that. And then when you have, and I heard Texas Mike call in, and he may be right, Ralph. Then again, he may just be fearing rhetoric that other people want to hear. Why vote? Why blah blah? And when you start telling something enough, it becomes the truth. But why should I go vote? Blah blah. It's just a waste of time. I just don't see 1 out of 10 people voting, Ralph. I don't see that. And my thing is, didn't you say the machines had problems on voting day?
Yeah, they had problems in probably the strongest area in Al Green's case, because the Fort Bend County area had been part of his area, his district, before it was redistricted. The redistricting came when it was part of Congressional District 9. Then they made it part of Congressional District 18. But that's where they seemingly had the most issues. And now, I'm getting reliable. Let me put it this way: reliable information that I respect. that there may have been some tampering there. So you never.
Yeah, Ralph,
that's what you were about to say.
I was about to go there, Ralph. And people say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy theory." Ralph, I think someone said it once. I've heard it on TV. If you eliminate everything that's possible, you eliminate everything, even though what's left is impossible, has to be possible. If these things are electronically ran, a program ran, you don't think they can make a program install into something, and Ralph, they hack stuff all the time, that counts votes or eliminates votes? Let's say 5 people went to vote for Al Green, but the machine program to only count 3 of them. So that's 2 votes you lost. Ralph, these things can happen, and sometimes the old-fashioned way is counted by hand is the way it should be. You know, because sometimes, Ralph, when you can hack and get and change things, you can go on a college or high school website and change your grade if you can hack the system, right?
Oh, yeah,
It just don't stand like that. And my thing is, I've been listening to the radio station for like 4 or 5 years. And I hear people concerned on how bad it is. They want to change, but yet they don't get out and vote. I'm like, right, 2 and 2 ain't adding up to 20, you know?
Right. No,
it just don't make sense that 1 out of 10 people, now he said 7 out of 10 people voted and 3 didn't. Okay, but 1 out of 10 people?
And then you run into people and they want to say your mind is on the basketball game. You know, you stop somewhere. Your mind is on watching the game, right? They want to come up and start talking about the voting, right? Then I ask one question. Say, man, can I ask you something? Did you vote in the area you live in? And when they say no, one guy got extremely mad with me. I say, hey, man, I don't think we need to be discussing this while I'm watching this basketball game. If you didn't think enough to go vote, and now you want to come and confront me while I voted, you want to come confront me about what happened with the vote, and you didn't vote, and I'm trying to watch a basketball game. Hey man, you don't have to act like that, brother. Something like that. I said, hey man, you could have voted. I said you could have went up, you could have voted. I said, I'm not asking you who you were gonna vote for, but you could have at least went and voted. And now you want to confront me with your issues about what happened with the vote, and you didn't vote at all.
Now people got to realize. It's like a penny. 100 penny makes $1. $100 makes $100. 1 penny may not matter, but if you get enough of those pennies, it's going to matter. 1 vote may not matter, but if you get a lot of those 1 votes, they're going to start to make a change. That's what we got to realize. We got to start looking down the road, because I'm like, you can't complain, but yet not go out and vote. And also, we got to get the right. You know, if you don't like the people you're selecting, select better.
Well,
but you got to get out and vote.
Right. See, you all have a big election down in Florida, in my opinion. I want to commend Laura Coates. Laura Coates of CNN had Uncle Luke Campbell on the other night.
Uncle Luke, that's right, baby. I'm there from the street.
Yeah, he's running for Congress. He's running for Congress.
Yep.
And she put him on the other night. And I thought he did a good job, and I thought she did too. You know, I mean, it was his first time. It was their first time ever working together, a reporter and a Congress, a political person, and it came off pretty good in my opinion. And it was good to see it happen. It's good to see him running.
Yes, sir. But Ralph, can you imagine the after party if he wins? Lord Ember. Woo!
Well, he's too old. He can't. He can't do that now.
Ralph, if the orange man in the White House can, grab women, you know what, he's going to have wrestling on the...
He can't do that now. They're taping and have all kind of charges coming out of that. Uncle Luke's after party, when he won imagine, he wins the congressional seat or whatever, and he has an after party that looks like one of his parties on the beach back in the day.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, no.
I tell you what, I don't even live in that county. I'll go that way, though. That's voter fraud. I can't go down and vote, but I hope he wins. And I say that's where you meet more people from the street. Also, too, only thing about that, and I'm going to get off by saying this, when people come from the street, once they bite the apple, I hope they don't become corrupt. I don't think he will, because, from this background. Well, people get in these positions that they get, they're there to serve the people, not for your own damn legacy.
Well, I think he's trying to do something. He's trying to add to his legacy. He's got a legacy as a rapper. He's got a legacy down there of helping with youth programs, helping kids and changing lives of kids down in Florida in that section.
Yes.
So now he's trying to become a congressman, and he's 60-something years old or whatever. And some people say he's too old. He needs to leave.
His legacy, as long as his legacy takes a back seat and his job is to serve the people and do the right thing, put your legacy in the back seat and ride on. I'm cool with that.
And I think that's where he is right now. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
And keep up the good work and all that good stuff. And try to, when the next time you're down here, you need to talk to Paul Wright. You need to have a private conversation.
Hey, get off out there. Hey, Ralph, he's rolled out a red carpet for me. I can't say nothing bad about my man Paul Wright.
I got
he takes me to a lot of places. He tells me about a lot of history.
Yeah.
We try to catch up with you, but you're a man of the city. It's hard to catch up with you.
No, you'll catch up with me next
I'll
time.
see you one day.
Yeah, you'll catch up with me next time. I got you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, sir.
Okay.
Have a good day, my friend.
Okay. Let's try another one. And caller, you're on.
Well, Ralph, before I get to basketball,
yes.
I mean, a little politics. Al Green didn't just lose. He lost big time, Ralph. I mean, you know the numbers. I mean, it wasn't even close, Ralph.
Well, plus they called it early. It was called early. Think about it. It was called. Yeah. I mean, at 8 o'clock, they said, around 8 o'clock, they were saying, but see, that's why some people think something was wrong. Now, so I'm sure. But he has conceded that he lost. Menifee has praised him. Other people have praised both. But there seems to be some chit-chat, as you know, about what happened with the machines. What happened with the voting machines?
But I mean, even if that's true, I mean, it won't make up the difference he lost by. That's where I'm going big time. But here's where I'm going. The legacy. He was fighting till the end, ladies and gentlemen. On Memorial Day, he came on, I believe, Paris' show, and still fighting. And look, ladies and gentlemen, normally each person has a whole team, and the team gets the polling. They know they're way behind. Okay, I promise you, it wasn't a shock unless he had. And he's been in the game, a political game, a long, long time. But he never quit, ladies and gentlemen. That's the point. And by the way, you said he was doing the door-to-door running from
right. Hey, man, when I saw the man, it was inspirational to me. When I saw the man trotting, not running fast, but he was moving.
You read my mind, ladies and gentlemen.
And his cane, with no cane.
80-year-old people do not run, ladies and gentlemen. They jog or to the trot, okay?
Yeah. Well, he was doing both. Yeah, he was doing some jogging and trotting.
Yeah, but no running. I promise you that, ladies. But that's the point. I mean, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. His team told him straight out, I'm sure, and I don't have any inside information, but when you lose that big, you know it beforehand, ladies. If you have a team, and he's been at the political game a long, long time, his people know where they were. It wasn't a shock to him. It might have been a shock to the average voter who had hopes and dreams, but not to him. Did he quit, ladies and gentlemen? No. He basketball.
Well, you got pro basketball.
Yeah, basketball.
Now you do. Now you do. You didn't have
the only sport. That's what I was doing. Well, basketball is the only sport. Thanks for correcting me. I'm getting over. Sometimes I make mistakes. like I told you.
I think you. I think that was a ploy on your part to see if I was getting old. You did it on purpose. See if I was gonna catch it.
Did you hear that, Barrett? Kidding? Yeah, right. Look, most of the time, not most of the time, in Game 7, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not talking just the finals. In Game 7, 70% of the time, the home team wins. Okay, right. That's just going by the numbers. Currently, Oklahoma is favored by 3.5. That number will probably rise by tomorrow. But the money line is at minus 155. That basically means you have to put up $155 to make 100. That's like a 64% return on investment. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen, where you can make a 64% return on investment anywhere, and it's a gamble. That's why they call it gambling.
Yeah, right.
But 70% of the time, the home team wins the final game in a Game 7, and you're talking to a guy like Ralph says. I listen to it. You're talking to someone that grew up in San Antonio. Okay, my heart might be with San Antonio because I was born and raised here. But when you make decisions like that, guess who I'm going to bet on, Ralph?
You pull your feelings out of that and you bet business wise.
Bingo.
Yeah, I say you
Amen.
go business wise. Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I keep trying to tell the morning magazine and politics. It's not. You can hope and dream all you want. You can split the numbers any way you want, but at the end of the day, please make your decisions business-wise, political-wise, sports-wise, and by using your mind, not your heart, Ralph.
Well, so, I would like to see two things happen here. I see a couple of things going down. Now, your guy is putting the president is trying to put his face on some money, right?
Yeah.
$250 bills, right? I think he ought to. I think what he ought to do is being selfish. I said being selfish. Now I think everybody over 75. What I just dropped it to 70. Everybody over 70 and up. He ought to give us at least 4 to 8 of those bills with his picture on it. He ought to make it where we don't want to check. Just put it in an envelope and let us take our chances on getting the money. You know what I'm talking about?
And you're not talking counterfeit bills.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the new money. When they come out with the new money.
Right?
Yeah. Go to Social Security or wherever you're gonna look it up at, and get all the people over 70, and send us 1,000 or 2,000. Send us either 4 of those $250 bills or either 8 of them, immediately. Now, for those of you, before Texas Mike beats me to this, for those of you who I don't want to accept that money, think about me. You don't want it. If it happens and you don't want the money because he's on it, just give it to one of us. You would accept it, right? I know you would.
Yeah. Finally, Ralph,
yeah.
Speaking of my guy, ladies and gentlemen, it's been said, and he probably will keep this promise. He's going to attend a Knicks game because he's right there, in New York when he wants to be. Can you imagine?
No, he shouldn't go to the Knicks game. How is he going to get to a Knicks game? Man, can you imagine the problem? He's just imagine you and I over security, getting him in and out.
Well, he can sit next to Spike Lee.
Well, Spike will sit next to him. I'm sure Spike wouldn't leave his seat because he's sitting next to him. Yes, but it's going to be interesting to see how they pull that off, because we're not talking about a football stadium. We're talking about an arena. And they do have suites in arenas. Is he going to sit courtside or is he going to sit in a suite? I'm asking. Which would you prefer to do? If you were involved with that, would you prefer to have him in a suite or would you prefer to have him on the floor?
Oh boy, now you're making me think something seriously. There's been so many assassinations, and when you announce that he's going to be someplace, well, I'm being funny, but no, this is serious business, right?
You want him in the suite? Yeah, I would prefer the suite also. You know.
And he also he loves the attention. And the finals at the World Cup is going to be out there in New Jersey someplace.
Right.
And he'll probably be there, bro.
Right. Yeah, but that's a different kind of setup.
Different venue.
Yeah, but when you're talking about a basketball arena, which is smaller, and you want to come in, and then see the other thing you got to look. This is why he has to go in the suite, in my opinion. Where are you going to put your security people? Where are you going to put the Secret Service How are you going to situate that whole thing if you got the Secret Service involved, of course, and he's sitting on the floor?
And can you imagine just trying to get in there? I mean, they'll check on everybody, Ralph. And man, it changes everything. But
I just came out of New York, and I went in the Yankee Stadium, right? And the guy told me, he looked at my driver's license. And then he looked back at me. I said, "What's wrong?" He said, something wrong. This couldn't be you." I said, "That is me. I mean, that's me." He said, "You look younger than you do on the picture." I said, "They take bad pictures." I said, you're not going to a portrait shop down in Texas when you go to what they call
You're supposed to renew it every 6 years, bro.
Yeah, so
I know.
So another guy came up there and said, "Hey, man, that's the man. I mean, that's him." You know, I mean, they were looking at the picture like I had, what you call it? They didn't know me. They were looking at it, and I didn't have a press pass or anything with me. I just had my driver's license. Right? I didn't even have a passport. But they looked at it like maybe he made this up, especially to put the age number down there. They didn't believe you were the age you are. That's what they claim. You couldn't be that age. I said, "Yes, I am that age. That's me."
That's a compliment, man.
Yeah, it was a compliment. It was a good compliment. And then they were mumbling when I left. I said they were mumbling when I left.
Yeah, take it and run, Ralph. Freaking up, run. No.
Yeah.
Walk.
Yeah. So,
but Oklahoma, Ralph. Take Oklahoma. Have a good one.
I got you. Thank you. 713-668-1230. We'll have a fishing report today with Captain Coffee, Mr. Johnson. Robert Johnson will not be able to be with us today, so we should have Captain Coffee with a fishing report. We'll also have Attorney Warren Fitzgerald today, a chat with Chappie today also. And let's see if we can get another one in. Caller, you're on.
All right, Chappie coming in today. You always run me off with the fishing report, so I'm going to talk really fast.
No, the fishing report is not fishing report is 40 minutes late. How you doing? You out of the hospital?
Doing all right. Yeah.
But Dr. Jesse was looking for you. Dr. Jesse called.
I don't know who Dr. Jesse is.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, you do. You know Dr. Jesse. Dr. Jesse called. Dr. Jesse, ask Jerry Boney the next time you see him who is Dr. Jesse. Dr. Jesse.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Dr. Jesse saw your post, right? That's how I saw your post. So Dr. Jesse said, he's sick. He's in the hospital. I said, well, he wouldn't put that down there. I said, he wouldn't write that if he wasn't in the hospital. I said, it must have been a brief stay or something. She said, well, can you get in touch with him? I said, no, I don't have his number. She said,
Thank you.
She said, maybe I can help him.
Stop.
I said, Dr. Jesse. Dr. Jesse.
Based on that post, can't nobody help, Ralph. You know that. Can't nobody help.
Dr. Jesse.
We ain't going there.
I know, Dr. Jesse. Yeah.
Let me do sports first. I hope San Antonio wins. I just don't like the and I have watched a little bit of the game.
Yes.
I don't like the way Oak City is playing. I just that's not basketball. And I agree with you. If Earl of Pearl, can you imagine
Pistol Pete
like a Euro step?
Man, no, yes I can.
Imagine. Who would stop him going to the basket?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And see, that's just two of them.
The basketball,
yeah,
and you get two more steps to the basket. Who would dare get in the way of Wilt Chamberlain?
No.
Jack wouldn't.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's a different game, and I give them credit for playing
the way
they're playing. I just
different.
don't like the way that and the officials treat Wimbiana like he's a foreigner or something. I don't know what's going on.
Well, then I'm watching the pictures. They put a picture out where Wilt looks. They tried to make Wilt look like a damn midget standing next to him.
Yeah, I saw that.
I said, "Now wait a minute."
I saw that.
Yeah.
Now Wimbiana is taller than him, but Wimbiana does not have Wilt Chamberlain width. He doesn't have his girth.
And look at look at the definition on the legs.
Mm-hmm.
You can see
and Wilt's arms and his muscles. Yeah. I mean, and big hands.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't get in his way.
And Jabbar is the same way. Jabbar, you look at Jabbar, and as he at that age, and as he got stronger and stronger, also and bigger, also.
Nah, that's a different game when you're talking about letting these guys do that. Dr. J with a Euro step. Oh man, come on.
and being able to carry a basketball.
Oh. He was, I can't imagine it. I cannot imagine.
Dominique Wilkins carrying a basketball and being able to have an extra step.
Yeah. I know they're sitting back going, man, how come I couldn't do that?
Well,
downtown Freddie Brown, you give him a step back?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, come on.
Right. Yeah. You know.
No, it's a different game. I'll let those kids play with that. It's a different game completely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
But that's just the conversation I wanted to bring up. The post you put, I think you did, and X put it up about the racist universities, and I think somebody even based on A&M. In the early 80s. And all the major universities in Texas, UH, A&M, Texas, Baylor, TCU, everybody had black recruiters, mostly black female recruiters. Yeah. And the girl from A&M got mad at me because I said, how many students y'all have? Black students. She said, about 250. I said, well, 150 of them play sports, don't they? She got mad at me.
But it was the truth.
But I'm sure that was true back then.
Yeah, right, right.
And nowadays, they've made these universities what they are. I mean, you look at guys that because A&M was not known as a football power in the 60s and 70s. They had one game a year, and that was when they got up to try to beat Texas, which rarely happened in those days. And then Lester Haynes and company came in and played for A&M, and it changed their fortune. They realized, okay, we need to get some different type football players.
Well, see, you have to go back to the days of Paul Bear Bryant.
Yeah.
When they had those winning teams, with all-white teams I'm talking about now, back in the 60s, the 50s and the 60s.
Yeah, the last all-white team to win national championship, I think, was UT back in
right, with Darrell Royal.
Darrell Royal. But Darrell Royal realized quick when Oklahoma came down the next couple of years with Greg Pruitt and all those guys in the backfield, I can't stop. I can't catch up with these guys with a white defensive back. I'm going to have to get somebody to move like they do. And that's kind of why he got out of coaching. Darrell could have coached another 5-6 years if he wanted. But he realized he was going to have to recruit some black players. He came to my high school. I think the first back that he recruited, not the one that played because he never went to UT, but I think John Harvey was the first guy Darrell recruited. He saw what kind of an athlete he was.
Well,
he just wasn't ready for UT's scholastic program. Let's put it like that.
Well, see, the other thing, and I told a story the other day about when he grew up, he dreamed he wanted to go to the University of Texas, but they didn't accept Bubba Smith out of the Golden Triangle. His dream was to go to the University of Texas to play football and be a student, but he had to go to Michigan because they wouldn't take him. He chose Michigan because they wouldn't take him at Texas at that time. But the earliest, personally, the earliest that I recall a white coach recruiting blacks happened when I was in elementary school one day. We about 5 or 6 of us were put in a car, picked up and put in a car, and we came to the YMCA on Wheeler you know, the YMCA, right there in Third Ward, between TSU, U of H, and Yates. We came there to play basketball one day. It was a basketball tournament. We came there representing B.H. Grimes Elementary. So Mr. Anderson brought us over there. So after a game, we had a break. So we just started walking around the neighborhood. And we saw this football team out on the field, right? And we looked through the fence at them practicing. And then all of a sudden we saw a white man running towards us, you know. And now you 10, 11 years old, the first, why this white man run? What this what the white man want?
What's he doing in Third Ward?
He was inside the fence. He told us who he was. He said, hello, I'm Coach Bill Yeoman, the football coach here at the University of Houston. He said, right now, we're trying to make our program where you all can come here and go to school and be athletes here. Something along, I'm paraphrasing that, but that's what he was saying, right?
Yeah.
And he said, I want when you get older, keep your grades up. He said, but he said, what grade y'all in? We said the 6th grade. Where y'all go to school? We told him what we went to. He said, in the next 5 or 6 years, it should be possible for you to come to school here. So keep your grades up. Make sure you make A's and B's, so you'll be eligible to come here. And years later, I was in Coach Yeoman's office one day. I said, Coach, I forgot how this came up. I said, I met you years ago. You probably don't even remember. I said, one day you ran and introduced yourself to 4 or 5 little black boys. And I said, I was one of those little black boys. I said, one of those black boys you introduced yourself, he ended up going to Southern Illinois to play basketball. And he said, what did I talk to y'all about? I said, you talked to us about integrating your program. That's what you were talking about. And then he said, I think I remember that. But he probably did it to some other kids also. You know what I'm talking about? We were probably not the only kid that he did that with, you know. Yeah. So that. But,
U of H, when they brought McVeigh in a couple of years, they couldn't get nobody to play him.
Yeah, I know. They stopped wanting to play.
Because they wouldn't be on the court with on the field with a black player.
Yeah. Baseball say he went to Michigan State. I made a mistake. Yeah, he did. He went to Michigan State. Bubba Smith went to Michigan State, not Michigan. Michigan State, you're right. And there's a difference, especially to many of us down here. Yeah. So thank you, baseball. So you think back to those particular times and how that thing happened, and you think about all those great athletes. They had a list of the greatest high school quarterbacks to ever play. It's a list out right now. The greatest high school quarterbacks to play in Texas. And they were only dealing with the high school stats. Name me somebody you think would be in that top 20, 25. Name me somebody you think would be in there.
Are you talking about of all time?
Yeah, just
because they'll have a list for the 2000s.
No, this is a list. They put them all together. Name me somebody.
In high school.
Yeah, name only. They didn't matter where they went to college or what they did in the pros. They were only dealing with what they did in high school. So name me somebody you think that would be part of that list.
I'm gonna tell you, the only high school quarterback that I saw in high school that absolutely impressed me. I don't even know if he ever went to college to play ball. He may have.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Allen played for Yates.
Yeah, you could throw either way. He went to college.
True. Booker T. Washington.
No, he played for Yates. No, he played for Yates.
No, Allen played for Yates. I'm saying it's not the only one.
Yeah, but Allen could throw it either hand. He went to UCLA. And Texas Southern.
Yeah, I think he did want to be TSU. But I remember him because I watched him play Beaumont Charlton Pollard one night. I think I was a freshman then.
He's not on the list.
At Old Jefferson Stadium.
He's not on the list.
I probably wouldn't be. I'm just saying.
Give me another one. Give me another one you think should be on the list.
The guy from Booker T. Washington.
Well, you have two. You have two when you think about Washington. You have Larry Foster is the one most, and then you have Eldridge Dickey, who ended up getting
Larry Foster.
Yeah, Eldridge Dickey ended up getting drafted in the first round. But anyway, they only dealt with they were only dealing with what they did in high school. and neither one of them are on the list. But now,
really?
No, Kyler Murray of Allen is number 1 on that list. Now the oldest one going back on that list, to show you they went back, was Sammy Baugh, who played back in the 30s. And
see, now that's not fair.
Well, they put him on the Drew Brees is on the list.
It's okay for him to be on the list. I'm okay with him being on the list. I'm just saying it's not fair for Kyler Murray to be number 1.
Right.
You have to put it in perspective.
Well, Matthew Stafford is number 4. And then you got Tommy Kramer. See, this is where I saw Tommy Kramer play in high school too. On this list, and they got Reggie McNeil out of Lufkin. He's number 6 on the list. But Tommy Kramer and Drew Brees are on this list, right? And they're running 8 and 9 on that list.
Those Westlake quarterbacks, they start 7th grade with the same offense.
Yeah, right,
and,
right.
They run all the way through the high school senior year.
Yeah.
And by their 10th, 11th year, believe me, they know everything.
But they
anybody from Pearland on that list?
No, that's what I'm saying. Not even North Shore. Nobody from North Shore on the list.
North Shore on the list?
I said no.
The reason I say Pearland because they ran the sprint offense. They started running the sprint offense.
Yeah, but
a few years ago.
Right, but neither place. But that's that writer's choice. He made that. His name is Carter.
You're right.
Carter Yates. Carter Yates. But I sent him a note with some other stuff on it. But my, so you think about. Lex James over at Sam Houston. I'm talking about they had, and then the most impressive one that should be probably number 1 on this list, 1 or 2, Dwayne Frazier out of BC Elmore.
Okay.
Yeah. They
don't count Negro Interscholastic League a lot.
I'm going, man.
But most of those guys back in the day, they ran split T. What is it? The split T offense? Is that what it is?
Yeah, whatever.
I forgot
what
they call it back in
and all
the day.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they ran a lot.
Dr. Jesse says, what? Dr. Jesse says what? He still sounds strong. Dr. Jesse, you should be ashamed. You should say, one of my favorite people was Artist C. Boy Vaughn. And let me get out of here, man.
Dr. Jesse looking for me, Ralph. Don't give up my address.
And Dr. Jesse, this is not a good day for you to call. Don't call today. Just keep listening. Don't try to call in here. Thank you.
All right, sir.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Okay. And let's try another one. Caller, you're on.
Hey, good afternoon, Ralph.
All right, good afternoon.
All right, OKC didn't do it in 6.
No.
But, game 7, man.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen, Ralph,
yes,
to build up to this point, the way the referees been letting them be physical.
Yes.
Yeah, I think somebody going to get kicked out of the game. I think it's going to come down. It's probably going to be one of them last shot games, too. It's going to be, but they ain't going to let them get away with what they've been doing. Both teams, on both players, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP Player of the Year.
Right.
They've been taking the brunt of the play, and I think they're going to be calling it a close game at this point in Game 7.
Yes.
And OKC, I think, will pull it off.
Okay, if you're picking, they're playing in Oklahoma, as you know, so you're picking OKC to win that game number 7. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, okay. I am. And I think if Donald Trump show up in Madison Square Garden, he going to get booed out of that arena.
But see, that was my other question. I forgot to ask that earlier. Do you think he would get booed or cheered?
The boo's going to be louder than cheered, man. A lot of people in New York like Donald Trump, man.
Yeah. Well, hey.
A lot of people around the country don't like Donald Trump. Now, there's a few, that call the radio stations, they stand up for Trump back or so, but, and then the security, I heard you mention the security.
Right, if he tries to go to that game in New York, how are you going to deal with security? You can't. Well, you could. You can't. You don't really want him on the floor, so you got to put him in a suite somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be disruptive wherever it is, because even at Trump Plaza, that security around Trump Plaza, they already, because he don't pay his staff anyway for security in New York. They complained about that, when he became president the first time. It's just going to be, I think it's going to disrupt the game. And, as long as he's in that arena.
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait. Never know what game he'll be at, though.
Right.
That won't happen until the day of.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to be a problem.
Okay.
And, Bill Yeoman, man. Bill Yeoman, when the Southwest Conference didn't want Bill Yeoman they didn't want the U of H in the Southwest Conference. But when they got voted into the Southwest Conference, U of H dominated the Southwest Conference. So they were just about, I think they went out of 5 Cotton Bowls, they went four times. So they that beer offense, and the defense they had with they had some guys that went to the NFL, Wilson Whitney. I think the running back that played with the Cowboys.
Robert Newhouse.
Newhouse, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But, those were good days back then.
Mac Mitchell, Leonard, what's that, Leonard Mitchell? Matt Mitchell. Then you had Danny Davis, the Reverend Danny Davis, quarterback, and he was a player coach. You had...
Louis Blackwell.
You had...
he was a quarterback.
And Terrell Clark out of Galena Park.
Right.
Yeah, you had all them kind of people over there at that time, and a host of others. And then you had the big tight end. You had Elmo Wright.
Yeah.
And what? You had Elmo.
Yeah, Bill Yeoman. He didn't draft. He didn't go to the big name schools. He went down South Texas. East Texas. He would get players different schools. He wasn't never looking for the number one recruit, but he did get some players that were in them little town stuff,
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Ralph. Have a good week.
Okay. And another great player out of Michigan State passed recently. I forgot to mention this. I don't think I mentioned this last week. A great player. And I only met him one time, but Sherman Lewis played at Michigan State and played on some great. He was part of some great teams, of course, at Michigan State, and he passed here recently, and they had a huge, I'm told, a huge celebration of his life. Sherman Paul Lewis, born June 29th, 1942, passed May 15th, 2026, coach, player, played in the old American Football League, the Canadian League, then spent 34 years as a coach and was a member of the Michigan State Spartan football teams, playing running back and defensive back, and he was born in Kentucky. Believe it or not, he was born in Kentucky the same year Muhammad Ali was born there, 1942, and attended the same high school, if I'm correct, Ali attended and graduated from. So we remember, and the guy coached everywhere, Michigan State, Green Bay, San Francisco, Minnesota, Detroit, and Washington. He was an All-American football player also. Caller, you're on. Hello. Yes.
Did Riley go to Riley Odom? Did he go to U of H?
That's another one. There you go, Riley Odom.
How can you forget Riley Odom?
I forgot a number of them. I forgot Earl Thomas. See, The U of H had two of the greatest tight ends I've ever seen, Earl Thomas and Riley Odoms.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then and Carlos Bell. Carlos Bell played some basketball at the U of H, but he was a better football player. I think knee injuries curtailed his football days at the U of H, or curtailed his career. So you know. Then the Brazina. Are you familiar with the Brazina brothers?
No, not. What year
About five or six of the Brazina brothers played at the U of H. The Brazina brothers.
Really?
Yeah, it was about 5 or 6 brothers. I forgot how many brothers there were in the family, but about 4, 5, or 6 of them may have played football at the U of H. Brezina, the Brazina brothers.
No, I'm not familiar with that name. So I probably, I mean, if I go back in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, you can go back and look it up. Yeah.
So this NIL Congress, NIL, what they call it, the sports. Trying to look it up real quick.
The only thing about the government I'm concerned about right now is these $250 bills that some of you all are trying to block, and that Mr. Trump is going to make sure we get some of these $250 bills.
Well, we already know that you hang out with Texas Mike and
Texas Mike.
Barry and all those guys. Yeah, you come over here and talk. You come over here and talk like you pro-Democrat party, but we all know. You want the Trump dome and all that.
I'm like...
The first thing you come in and ask Lydia, was she going to stay in Trump Plaza? We know when you go to Vegas, you stay in Trump Plaza all the time, Ralph.
Yeah.
We already know you. But Mr. Baseball, I know Mr. Baseball, he got common sense. Since that's common, he ain't gonna step with it, but now.
Yeah, well, like I said, to each his own. I mean, but put the man's name on the building, and let the building get refurbished, and let Tillman or somebody come along until they get real gambling in Texas, legal gambling, and we make it Caesar's Palace #2 or something. I see what Tillman Fertitta is trying to get the Caesar's Palace, the Caesars, buying the Caesars. The Caesars.
I thought he already had that.
Well, I think it's about to be finalized or something. But let him get the dome, Trump put his name on top of the dome. Well, Trump put his picture on top of the dome. So you got to have an imagination. Let Trump put his face somebody will look back.
Reclaiming my time, sir.
I'm not going to buck your time. 1,000 years from now, somebody say, man, there was a guy down there on the radio way back in the day, social media, who preached putting Trump's face on the top of the dome and his name around it. And that's why we have a portion of the dome still here, just like they have the the Colosseums over in Rome. We have part of the dome here because this guy spoke up. He said when the man got out of office, the guy said, take his name, get his picture off there immediately. Get his name off the building. Go ahead.
So my thing is, the theory is on this new Congress, NIL sports, college sports act they're trying to put out.
Yes.
I think they're doing this. Well, I think they talked about it before, but now it kind of got to the forefront because of the boycott that's been called out for these colleges by the black athletes, college black athletes.
And
I think
politicians.
They're trying to rush something. I think they're trying to rush something in real quick, so they won't. You won't see a whole lot of the college players leaving in the middle of the season. Because in an accident, a college player can't transfer. Got to sit out a year once they transfer. Now they don't have to sit out.
Well,
they transfer.
Well, let me ask you something.
I just think they're trying to expedite this situation because of the fear
well,
that this boycott will take place and will
do you
actually hamper some of these SEC schools.
Well, does that okay, let's say you and I were part of the SEC, and you had a team and I had a team. That's like pro football. Those teams are like pro teams, right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So
somewhat.
So now you've got a bunch of guys who are students and athletes who want to come in and tell you how to run your business.
No, that's not the case. They're not telling them how to run their business.
Yes, they are. They're trying to dictate how much money you gonna give them. Well, you've been
that's
giving
a
them.
Contract.
Well, I mean, but they're still trying to dictate that, though, sir.
Isn't that what you do in a negotiation?
But I'm saying, if you and I have been running these businesses for years, the way we've been running them, now all of a sudden they come in with some new rules, which is going to allow you, some others, to dictate to me how much money I'm gonna give you, how I'm gonna pay you, what kind of contract you're gonna get, and I'm not going to fight to make that not happen. That's what's happening right now. Yeah, but is that
that's part of negotiation?
But
the Congress enacting.
But is that
they're trying to mandate it, make it a law?
Right. But are we dealing with civil rights when we deal with this?
That's a good question. I have to think about that a little bit further.
Because I've thought about it too. See, because it is civil rights. If you did you read it's tied into the redistricting thing, right? It's tied into that, right? It's tied in. That's what has sparked this.
I see your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Integrating the schools.
So yeah, it's tied into that.
Yeah, it's tied into that. So how do we deal with this? I'm asking. How do you think is it really fair to ask the young people to stay away from those schools?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, because the young people, they have their future up ahead of them.
Right.
They want to. Would you want to? Okay. Example. If I'm working at a company here, and I'm just coming in the company, trying to work my way up, but they got rules in place that's not allowing me to work my way up.
Right.
From the bottom of the totem pole, which the graph you put up, who is the lowest demographic, the lowest, I want to say the group that's being paid is who? African American.
Yeah.
Right? We are at the bottom. So if I can't find a way to get myself out of the bottom because you have rules in place that won't let me to develop my ability.
Yes.
Right?
I understand.
Of course I don't want to be over there. I want to go somewhere. I want to go to somewhere I have the opportunity to improve my standing in life, improve my pocketbook.
Right.
Improve my future.
But see, they have rules in place, and that's what they're trying. See, years ago I was 18.
Not all rules are the same in every place.
Oh, I know that. I know. So I didn't understand what a union was. I'm 18 years old. So when I got this job, they tried to get me to join the union. I said, what do I need to give you some extra money for? And I got the job. I found out later on. I had the ideal shift. I was working midnight to 7, right? Then what they did was to show me what a union does and how to be and make my thinking. They had somebody bump me because of what you just said. I didn't have any seniority, right? I got bumped. And they put me at 7 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which messed up my other job. I had 2 jobs, if you understand what I'm saying. So now I go back to that. I come back to where we are right now. These people, they've been making money. They've been doing things under the table for years, paying people and grabbing big bucks from big crowds. and now the money is bigger than ever. They've cut you in on some money, and you still want more money. You don't know when to stop.
Why? They're getting more. They don't know how to stop, so why shouldn't we?
Yeah, I understand. But it's not your business, though. This is what I'm trying. You're part of the business, but you're not the business.
That is my business because I'm making money for your business.
And I'm gonna go find me somebody else.
I mean, you're in partnership with me,
and
for you to sell these tickets in your stadium.
Right.
And you don't want to pay me.
Right. I'm not what you're asking for.
That's why. That's why it's changing now.
Yeah, said not for what you're asking.
Some of the things that the bill is actually like having a age limit on college students because you have I heard instances where people are 28, 30 years old on a college team.
You're on a tour.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have instances where people are playing 6 and 7 years. So I understand some of those bills, but when the bottom line comes down, it's still all about the money and the idea of you having your representation on where you're going to be. Because once a kid finishes at Ole Miss, at LSU, at Alabama, what's their future after football?
Yeah, well, hey,
that makes sense.
Become a pit master, a mechanic, a lawyer, a doctor. Have more than just one goal while you're on the campus. That's what they should tell them. While you're here, have more than one goal. Don't come here and leave. Don't come here with football being your only basketball. Yeah.
And make that money while I'm playing football because they putting that money in their pockets.
Well, thank you. I got to go.
Wait a minute, man. I'm not through talking yet.
Hit me right quick. Go ahead. Every line. How can I get all these people in here before Don Sam? Damn. On the serious side, to all of you who are trying to get in, I know that, but let me just say this to you. But to all of you who are trying to get in.
You know what, man? We taking applications for anyone that wants to be on the tour. The tour going to be starting here real shortly, so put your application in if you really want to be in the tour. Roy from Florida still haven't got his application yet. Sherman may want to come in and get on. Maybe Lydia wants to get on, too. You know what? Maybe Paris wants to get on the tour.
Yeah, whatever.
We can make them honorary members to come on the tour. They don't have to really be part of the league.
Yeah.
We just put them on the tour.
Put them on the tour.
But I love them people, though, so. The champ is here, Ralph.
Who?
The champ.
What champ? Champ of what?
The champ of the Sam Andrews Black Fantasy Football League.
Thank you, sir.
And he's coming back.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
For another year.
Okay, champ. See you later. Got you.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this. We got 3 of you holding after this call up. Try to get an fishing report. Caller, you're on.
Yes, sir. It's me, right?
Yes, go ahead, Larry.
I want to say something about the game, but I wanted to ask you, do you know if Sharon Burney won her position?
Who? No, Miss Burney lost.
Oh, she lost out. Okay.
Yeah, she lost.
And nobody's really talking about this black woman who won her position over Anise Parker. I think that was a prime win for a black woman.
What's her name?
Plummer.
Okay, there you go. Letitia Plummer. You got it.
Yeah. She won her position.
Right.
And I think that was a big, huge win for the black people of Harris County. Because now I don't know if she's gonna win the judgeship because they say they got to vote again in November against Sanchez.
Yeah, Orlando. Yeah, that's her. Orlando Sanchez, who's been around the political circle for a moment. Yes.
Right. So now you're going to find out what the Mexicans and the blacks are going to do. Because these American Africans, they're some tough characters, and because they'll go the other way on you in a New York sucker. And you know about New York, that sucker never got here yet. but that's what this is going to turn into now. And, they sold us out with Mr. Green. They don't know what they lost, but they're going to find out later. But you see, they're holding us down. They're holding us, black American Africans, down, because we was American first. Our ancestors was African first. But we was Americans first, and so we Africans second. You see, and that's why they got that stuff all confused at. And they're bringing us back in time by putting this little young dude in there. But, hey, we're not going to have to live it, they will. That's the way Mr. Green can look at it, because, in the next 30, 40 years, they're going to be fighting the same fight unless they get it together. That's what time it is. Now, as far as the game, I'm going to have to go San Antonio way. And, people looking at it as all of this here confusion and with the referees, but it's like, well, this is a business, man. These guys are playing out there for money. They're not playing to the best of their ability every single game, or actually trying to win or show that they're better than somebody else, because they know, well, we got to play 7 games if we want to make all these millions of dollars. Because if we don't, we lose. So now this last 7 game, I'm looking at it, well, San Antonio should take it. But then we can find out who's the best team. Now, with this $250 Trump money,
yes, sir.
See, Trump making that so that only the rich people, because what am I going to do with the $250 bill?
Spend
I'm going
it.
to break it and I
Spend
get it.
Yeah, spend it. Yeah, send me 8 of them. Send me 8 of them, and let me have that problem, Mr. Trump.
No, that's what I'm telling you. I'm going to break it. Time I get it, I'm breaking it. It's not like I'm going to hold it in my pocket with $1 bills. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
that's
sir.
what he's doing. You see? So, I don't see his angle on that yet. It's going to take me a little while to catch on to his angle. But he should be on George Washington. Put him on the dollar, then you're going to have to look at it.
Let me get out of here, man. I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye. And once again, we'll have a fishing report. I understand Mr. Johnson will be able to do the fishing report. Mr. Robert Johnson will be able to do the fishing report. So that's a big plus, and I look forward to that. Hey, hold on a minute. And I was supposed to have a chat with Chappie today, so we're going to have a chat with Chappie, but it won't be as long as we normally do because of the time. Did you do what I asked you to? Good afternoon. Did you did you do what I asked you to do?
I sure did.
Thank you. That's you can't even put a dollar value on that. So thank you.
I made a specific prayer for Ralph Cooper.
Thank you very much. We're chatting with Chappie, Attorney Warren Fitzgerald Muhammad, and we're going to have a short chat today because of a prayer situation that he was in earlier. And we thank him for the prayers. And I know he just didn't think of me, thought of others, his family and others. And I thank him for all of us for the prayers he bestowed on all of us today. First of all, let's go to the elections. Any comment on the elections? Whichever way you want to go.
Yeah, I have two thoughts. I've really been thinking about this. First, you have to acknowledge that Donald Trump was successful.
Yeah.
We got to acknowledge, because there should have been two congressmen working together in Congress, and he arranged to have those two compete against each other, and now only one's going to go to Congress.
Right. Now, before you go to the other one, but I have to acknowledge the two congressmen, Green and Menifee, seem to be complementing each other. And how important is it that they did that instead of cutting each other up afterwards?
think it's very important. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, great. I think it's very important because I was always hopeful that if Green was not successful, I think he's immensely valuable as a mentor and a consultant and an advisor to whatever extent he's allowed to serve in that capacity with Menifee. I mean, he has experience that just, can't be duplicated. So I'm sure he would be a benefit in that regard. So I was real pleased to see them complement each other, and it seems as though they're going to be able to move forward on an amicable basis and hopefully, do some work together.
Okay.
It's very positive.
Okay. You had another political one.
Yes. Been thinking about this quite a bit. This America seems to be and appears to be firmly divided between the red and the blue, red states versus the blue states. And I saw a post on Facebook by one of the Moorish brothers saying that the redistricting wasn't about black, it was about Democrat versus Republican. And what it made me think about was the run-up to the Civil War. It was the North against the South. The North was for the Union, and the South was for states' rights. But underneath all of that, it was about us, black people. And I see a similar situation that it's the Republicans versus the Democrats. But underneath all of that, it's still about us. So I just see a lot of similarities in the run-up to the Civil War, in the 1850s leading to the early 1860s that resulted in the actually Civil War. And there's just a lot of similarities to me that this country is so divided. It would not surprise me in the least that it heads toward civil strife similar to that which we experienced in the Civil War.
And are you really? Many people. One thing that having Trump in office has proven how divided the country is and how racist some people are. But I'm not surprised about how racist people are.
No.
But I wonder, why are so many people, why do you think we on the whole, we let our guard down in regards to people not thinking that racism was not still there at the level it is?
Well, I think by and large, we are victim of drinking the Kool-Aid.
Okay.
And believing the propaganda.
Yeah.
Of what America really is. We fed that propaganda that it's the land of the free and the home of the brave, and the greatest democracy on earth and all that. But we're not reading the history, the actual history of this country, and the actual history belies all of that. So for one, we're not educating ourselves and reading, studying our history, and we're actually, drinking the Kool-Aid of that propaganda.
Okay. And the other thing, we got two more things. I have to. People always bring up Minister Farrakhan, but one of the most positive things about Minister Farrakhan, Louis Farrakhan, has been his relationship with his wife. They've been together for 55 years, or is it 55? 55 or 52 years?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
They have 9 children. He met her while he was in college. And
High school.
Okay, he met her while he was in high school then. Okay, so, but to have 9 children, 9 children times 9, 9 times 9 months is 81 months. You divide that by 12, you're talking about what, 7 or 8 years? Or 9 years, right? So this woman, his wife, has given her life, given their family 9 years of childbirth.
Right.
I mean, and then to still be together and living, that's a hell of a story, excuse the expression, in regards to Minister Farrakhan and his wife and his family.
It is. Absolutely. And Minister Farrakhan has talked about it publicly. And I've known some of his children who personally stated that it's not like he was at home tossing football with his sons all the time and reading stories to his daughter. He was trying to build a nation. So he was often on the road from city to city to city, country to country, and she had to hold it down. And she's a rare woman, you know, and I think a model for black women. And I'll share this. I went to a singles retreat one time. You know, I'd been divorced, been single for a while, so I went to a retreat where sisters and brothers were there to meet each other and mingle and, you know, get to know each other. And a lot of the sisters were talking about how they really wanted the man to be like Farrakhan. And I raised my hand. I say, well, that's fine, but how many of you willing to be like Khadijah?
Right, the Mrs. Farrakhan. Right. I mean, nine children, and then you're leading the family. You're the parent. In many cases, you're the only parent at home because of what you just said. He was on the road and building the nation, et cetera, et cetera. But that I found that story when I discovered they had been married 50 plus years and 9 children were involved. 9 children.
And I'll give you another story equally as powerful, if not more powerful. Is Mother Clara Muhammad, the wife of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes.
She was the glue that held the nation together in the 30s and 40s and the 50s, because he was on the run for almost a decade because people were trying to kill him, and he traveled from city to city, state to state, and then after that was over, he got arrested and was sent to prison.
Right.
And he would send instructions and information to her on how to keep, you know, the mosque and the nation alive, and she held it down for him in the same way. And they stayed married and had about 9 children too.
Well.
And they were together until she departed. You know, so there's lessons in that, not only from Minister Farrakhan and his wife, but from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and his wife as well.
Right. I got one more for you, then we got to break out here. Okay, well, we got 2. For those who may be getting ready for Juneteenth, how can they get in touch with you about Chappie's Barbecue, Gourmet Barbecue?
Go to the website, chappiesque.com, ChappiesQue.com. We have the whole menu online, and you can make your orders online, but I encourage you to do it early because I only have a certain amount of slots that I can fill, and they tend to fill. The closer we get, they fill up fast. Okay. ChappiesQ.com.
The other thing is, who's your tailor? Yeah, you don't want to share that with me. Yeah, that's all right. Be selfish. The Quran doesn't teach selfishness, but who's your tailor? Who's doing the suits for you?
You like that, Ariel?
You think I can't see? Go ahead.
That was a Joseph A. Banks suit up on.
I don't care where it came from. It looked like it was tailor-made. I guess it was. To a degree, it was. They readjusted it or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I had them customize it.
Right.
So thanks a lot.
Right.
Yeah, that was Joseph A. Banks. Yeah.
Well, that's a hell of a suit, and thank you very much. Tell everybody how they can get in touch with you if they need an attorney, blah, 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 and your number. How can they get in touch with you?
Okay, if you're in a car accident, if you think that you may be a victim of medical negligence or hospital negligence, or just have a legal question at all, you can reach me at my website, wfmlawfirm.com. My email is warren@wfmlawfirm.com, and my phone number is 800-397-7760.
What's the number again?
800-397-7760.
Okay, I want to thank you, and keep up the great work, and I'll check with you later. A chat with Chappie. Okay, a chat with my memory's bad. What's this? A chat with Chappie?
Chat with Chappie.
Man, I'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks, Ralph.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Okay, and let me do one other thing. I'm looking for Mr. Robert Johnson so we can get a fishing report in. And let's see if this is Mr. Johnson. Is this Mr. Johnson?
Yes, it is.
Okay. How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing great. How are you?
All right. Just let me do one little thing here. The boxing show that's in Houston tomorrow night, featuring a Houstonian, featuring Houstonian Foster. The number for more information is 713-775-8151. 713-775-8151. It's at the Fatia Center. And again, this is a WBC Super Featherweight Championship fight. And 713-775-8151. Let's go to Mr. Robert Johnson and get this great fishing report. I can see a big flounder, a grouper, or whatever. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well, good afternoon, Ralph, and good afternoon to your listeners. I'm enjoying your show today. The weather is more spring-like with warmer days and some rainy weather. The weather is 90 degrees, and fishermen will need to stay hydrated. They need to wear loose apparel, wear a hat, and sunglasses. Cooling towels will help with the heat, and certainly avoid drinking alcohol. Now, next, kayaker Derek Hayes caught his first Grand Slam yesterday in Freeport, Texas area. A Grand Slam is a combination of a legal redfish, flounder, and speckled trout. So congrats, Derek, on that. Next, areas that saltwater fishermen may want to focus on this week are Seawolf Park, Galveston Jetty, Texas City Dike, Galveston Beachfront, and Moses Lake. The Galveston Beachfront off the bank, wade fishing or fishing by boat has been on fire. The lake, Roland Ladden, a.k.a. The Legend, his favorite beachfront off the bank place fish was the 37th Street Rock Groin in Galveston, Texas. Now, if you wish to fish this particular groin, you need to get there very early in the morning to get a good spot. Now, for more information about that, certainly give me a call. Next, in freshwater, Lake Conroe, Lake Houston, and Lake Sam Rayburn have been good for crappie and catfish. Next, the Saltwater Anglers of Texas Club has rescheduled the Disabled Veterans event to June 6th in Clear Lake Park, Clear Lake, Texas. In addition, the club is planning a public fish fry during the same time. It starts at 11 o'clock. So tickets are $15, and the public is invited. So if you want to come out for a good fish fry and a social event with the fishing club and some disabled veterans, you're certainly welcome to come. Next, Saturday, June 6th, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, they have an annual free fishing day for Texas fishermen. Now, that means Texans can fish without a license that day only. So if you don't have a license, you can fish free anywhere in the state of Texas for that day only. Some folks may think they can fish after that day, but no, it's just that one day on the 6th. Next, the Coastal Conservation Association, CCA Star Tournament, will begin May 23rd through Labor Day, September 7th. 120 tagged redfish, red drum, have been released in the Texas water. So, there's good prizes for that. Next, the deep sea red snapper fishermen, the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department has opened up the federal snapper fishing waters. That began on May 22nd for recreational boaters, but for charter captains, it begins on June 1. Anyone planning to fish federal or state waters will need to learn what the Texas Department of Wildlife regulations are, because they're pretty complicated. Now, last, if anyone has a fishing question, report, or pictures, please call Robert Johnson at 713-826-0677. And remember to take a kid fishing. I do apologize for calling with the noise in the background. I am just being released from the hospital today. And so I'm waiting for my family to get here, but that's the noise you hear in the background. But Ralph, I've enjoyed the show up to this point, so thank you very much.
Johnson. Hello? He may be gone. Let me see if I can get one of you in here right quick. Caller, you're on right quick. Go ahead.
Hey, cool.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, listen, I checked out the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
Yeah, I told you I was Eli Wallach. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the guy lived to 98, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's incredible.
And he came out of New York City, went to school at the University of Texas, and guess what? He learned how to ride horses while he worked as a student on a ranch at the University of Texas. That's why he could ride like that. He could really ride.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So in that good, the bad, the ugly, he was the, I know who the ugly was. That was Lee Van Cleef, right?
Right.
Yeah. I was thinking that Jack Palance would have been perfect for that role, but
yeah.
Is the ugly, but who was the other two? What was Eli Wallach? He was the bad, I guess.
He was the bad. Yeah, he was the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood was the good, right?
Yeah, right. Clint Eastwood was the good.
Okay, yeah. Last thing, this idea about that Trump got charged with, when he was impeached the first time by dealing with Comrade Zelensky. He was charged with obstruction of Congress and something else, lying to Congress, right? But it was all about a quick quote, something for something, right? Yeah, if you investigate Joe Biden, I'll give you the missiles. It was something like that, right?
Yeah.
You remember that, right?
Right, I remember, yes.
Yeah, so are people confused about politics and that's the nature of it right there? There's something for something.
I think most people are still learning what politics are all about. And I know some people may find it hard to believe because where their IQ or their knowledge of politics may be at a high degree, I think most people, just like the people in the rural areas,
right?
Their knowledge of what politics is not what it should be, in my opinion.
It's like they're reading a book. I had this argument with Mr. Paris all the time about the theory of politics, but the practice of it is exactly what Trump is demonstrating.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's been there before. I mean, you go back and you look at how Lyndon Baines Johnson got the Civil Rights Bill through, and what he had to do, and how he had to talk to people. You listen to some of you pull them conversations up, and even how he dealt with Dr. King. Give me something to work with, man. I need something to work with.
Yeah, something for something, right?
Right. And stay off that damn war. Get off the damn war.
Yeah. Hey, man, women have been running this game for the longest. I appreciate you, Ralph.
Hey, same, thank you. And those of you who got in here late like this, hey, that's the way it happened. Call me earlier next time. Caller, you're on right quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I just got back from the funeral, man. My big cousin up in Studewood, man. Used to look out for me when I was a little chap.
His name?
About 8 years.
Name.
His name is Bird, Herbert Bird. Matter of fact, he was the janitor at Texas Southern for years, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, man, I just want to say, you ain't got nothing with the referees and all that this time. The ref going to let them play.
So who you picking in Game 7? Who you picking in Game 7?
I'm going with the Spurs, man.
Okay.
I'm going with the Spurs. I told you we're going to go 7 games.
I know, that's why I asked you. Yeah, I was just trying to see if you had changed your mind on who was going to win. You said you still riding with San Antonio. Yeah.
I'm still with SA all the way.
Okay, I got to get this last one in. Sorry about your loss of Mr. Bird. My prayers are with you and your family and the Bird family, too. Thank you, okay? Okay.
All right, bro.
Let's get this last one in before Don Sams. Call her right quick. You're on.
Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
Larry stole my thunder regarding the election. Miss Plummer and East Parker.
Yes.
You notice, Ralph, she didn't really give Miss Plummer any credit for beating her. She said that, well, the turnout really hurt me.
Yeah.
Say all these confused Negroes voted for her. My record should have been enough for me to win. But wait a minute, Anise. You had an 8-point lead in the primary, but then you couldn't take her out in the finals.
You didn't work. You didn't go to work.
And you discredited the black vote. You said, I ain't got to spend no money on these Negroes. They're going to vote for me anyway.
Yeah.
It backfired.
Yeah.
And Ralph.
Yes.
had Miss Plummer lost against Sanchez, who do you think I'd be riding with, Ralph?
Well, they still got to face each other. Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, I got you.
Now, had Miss Plummer lost, ain't no one I'd vote for Parker. I would go with Sanchez. You know, he's a Republican. Now, East Parker doesn't stand for anything, especially our lifestyle. You know, I ain't down with that, man.
Well, who you like, San Antonio or Indiana, Game 7?
Ralph, I like OKC, but SGA got to stop playing like
I'm sorry, yeah, OKC. I'm sorry, what did I say? Indiana, OKC. I don't know what I keep bringing the fever up. Sorry, go ahead. OKC, Ralph, OKC or San Antonio, who you like?
OKC, provided SGA trusts his teammates. He can't do it by himself. He's forcing it too much. I mean, you got to trust his teammates, pass the ball, and play ball movement. You're not going to be San Antonio shooting threes, man, because, you playing San Antonio's game. But I think, and Jalen Williams, he got to show up, man. He's been disappearing, man, since he's been back.
Well, I'm gone. I got to go. Bye. Stay tuned.
Bye, Ralph.
Thank you.
All right.
Saturdays, we're taking you back with Carrie Lewis on Inside Tracks. Soulful, funky, rhythm and blues, disco, doo-wop, rock and roll, new jack swing, and everything in between. Inside Tracks has all the classics for you, and even those forgotten gems too. So join Carrie Lewis